Hey yo fellow Autobots, Decepticons, trans fans, Legonians, and Brick fans. This is Dave Frost reporting in once again with another Transformer action figure review. This time I am doing it of the two aerialbots, Quick Slinger and Firefly. This is Quick Slinger, this is Firefly. Now, they can be the arms or the legs, but in the general case, they are pertainly the arms of Superion. So, they share, obviously, the same vehicle form, and it's differing from Skydive and Air Raid, for they completely share the exact same mold of robot mode and vehicle mode. The colors are different, and so are the heads. And it's pretty cool that in Generation 2, Quick Slinger came in a gold color. So that's pretty neat. They have the exact same weapons and the exact same hand-foot guns, except for the hinge of the thumb, to where Quick Slinger gets it in the same gold brownish looking color as his entire vehicle mode body color. As for Firefly, he gets it in the white color, as there are white parts on his vehicle / robot mode that he has. But here are the differences. Firefly is number 3, and Quick Slinger is number 4. Firefly gets some flame decals and stripes, as Quick Slinger gets yellow, white, and blue coloring behind some zebra or tiger stripes. So, now that we've seen the vehicle mode, I do need to point out that these two have landing gear, but it's not really that useful since they can just transform into robot mode at their leisure after flying around in vehicle mode. So there's really no point, unless they're really hiding their disguise, hiding the fact that they're robots from the humans, for whatever the reason would be. So now I'm going to transform Firefly, and I'll take care of Quick Slinger in a moment. So what you want to do by the way of their arms, that's pretty much the only similarity they share with Air Raid and Skydive. Not by the way of folding up the tail fins, but, well, for the arms, you just fold them upward. Or swing them up, however you want to put it. But here is another similarity, is that you bring down the back half of the legs, swing down the front half, and bring out these hinge areas where I believe in the back of the legs there's a tab that goes into the holes behind the knees, but for Firefly and Quick Slinger it's the opposite, as you can already tell. Then you separate the legs. Fold back the more forward towards the nose cone or the front of the jet. The more forward wings. And you can fold them all the way back if you decide to. Me, I just like it at a angle. Fold down the arms. And it's another similarity between the 4 aerial bots that are, other than Silverbolt, the four other aerial bot members share the same transformation by the arms, the legs, and the head. The combiner portion, which is here at the chest, and then also the nose cone of the vehicle, of the jet. And that's how simple it is to transform these aerial bots. So, as you can see here, Firefly has a kind of differs from the top of his vehicle, of his jet mode, where sure you see red, but now in robot mode you see more white and silver and a little bit of blue. Alright, now I brought in Quick Slinger, as you can already tell, and they have interesting head molds. This is Firefly's, and there he has blue eyes. As for Quick Slinger, here is his head mold with a blue visor. And there's like blue on the top of his head, kinda imitating light piping, but apparently these figures do not have any light piping available. So, like I said before, these two share the exact same vehicle mode and the exact same robot mode of the molds of the vehicle and the robot. So it's the exact same, just different coloring. And I obviously don't need to describe that, as you can see it before you, where he has white and silver, he has gold, brown, and blue. And silver as well. But not exactly all in the same areas as Firefly does. So now let's get on with robot combination mode. So you want to bring the arms up. And since these are intended to mainly be the arms, we'll go that route. So you want to bring the legs back together, but not collapse them over the upper leg, as those are needed to be the elbow. And then you just... Darn it, I forgot to talk about articulation. So let's go into that. The head is on a ball joint, so it can rotate 360. Hinge, look, not that far down. Like, that's not really down, but it's somewhat in the direction. But then he can look that far up. Then there are ball joints in the shoulders, so the shoulders can rotate 360 degrees. And go down for transformation. Then there's elbow rotation, as well as bendage, and can go forward and back. It goes back for combination mode. It won't look very necessary for it to bend backwards in robot mode, as it wasn't intended for that. But you get the idea. But there's no rotation in the wrist. As you've already seen, there's 360 rotation at the hips. And the legs can fold that far forward at the knee. And they also rotate at the thigh. And they can go that far out. That far forward. And that far back. Due to the fact that there's kibble on the back of the leg and on the backpack itself, which is just the cockpit and nose cone area of the jet. And there's no foot. Like, all the bending and rotation stuff happens at the upper leg and the knee. It does not happen at all at the lower leg. Now we can go into combination mode. So I'll start up here at the top. So you want to necessarily keep the cockpit and nose cone folded this way. But then you have to turn the head around. Fold the head in, which brings out the combiner peg out. Because we're going into arm mode for Fire Fly and Quick Slinger. Bring the legs together, rotate to the side. And then, this is why there's back bendage at the elbow. Or not really. I'm not exactly sure why there would need to be back bendage at the elbow. But what you do is swing it behind the wing, because there's a tab on both sides of the cockpit. There and right there and right there. As the hole in the hand, well, the peg goes into the hole that is made or molded into the hand. So that's how they connect. And then you fold the wing that much further back. Then you would bring in the ham foot gun, fold it in that way, come underneath it, fold out the fingers, fold out the thumb, then fold down the forward section of the hands, bring the thumb to the side and fold down, and there you have a whole hand and arm for Superion. So I went ahead and did the left arm for Quick Slinger. You know, turned Quick Slinger into the left arm. And I discovered that it does bring up a point that I have to talk about the ports. There are really only 2 ports under both wings, on the underside of both wings, both for Quick Slinger and Firefly, where their weapons can be stored. As so. Now, I also brought in Skydive and Air Raid, for I don't really recall if I spoke about how to transform them to foot mode. So we might as well do that. So, give me one moment. So I already got Skydive into robot mode. And the same goes for the ports of Skydive and Air Raid, of where they can store their weapons is under the wing, but only on Skydive and Air Raid can you store the weapons on the back of their vehicle mode. And will look just like that. Unfortunately, only Firefly and Quick Slinger get landing gear, as well as Silverbolt, if you saw the Silverbolt review I made last year. Or sometime rather. I don't really remember back when. But some time ago. But anyways. So what you want to do is leave the head normal. Just swing down the combiner peg all the way upward so it's on top of the body. Bring the legs back together, and this time you would collapse the lower leg portions over the upper leg portion. Just like so. Then fold the wings back and take the arms, put them out to the sides, and then swing them down. This time I'm remembering to do this as I did not before, as I already explained in my last video. Then you would connect the legs back to or connect the arms back to the legs. Put in the hand-foot gun, and there you have leg mode. For Skydive and Air Raid. Unfortunately, I do not have any idea why the coloring on my phone on the camera is fluctuating. It's a little ridiculous right now. I'm not sure why that is and why it does that. And it stopped for some reason. But I might as well go ahead and show off really quick what it would look like for Skydive and Air Raid to be in arm mode. So there we have Skydive in arm mode. And I'm only repeating this because I don't recall doing it in my last video. So that's why I'm doing that. But that is all I have for today for you guys' entertainment. So I thank you all for watching. Please I ask you to please stick around for more great LEGO and Transformer content coming to the future of this channel. And have a great rest of your week, as tomorrow is Friday, then there's Saturday, and then there's next week. So have a good rest of your week, and I will see you all next time.